Hey guys, welcome to another episode.
Hello, hello, hello. We hope everyone's doing well.
Yes, I hope so. And tonight we have a great guest. She has founded Nana's Secret out of a need for her to ease her epilepsy symptoms and arthritis pain. In
Yes.
2013, Cecilia Sivertson tried cannabis in desperation after her prescription epilepsy medications left her with tremors, pain, and cloudy thinking that made life difficult. Amazed at the immediate and last results she experienced, Cecilia began her own infused beverage drinks and tinctures. We just like to welcome Cecilia to our show.
Yes, welcome.
This is fascinating.
I'm just still a little bit nervous on here today, but this is this.
You're with family. No worries, Cecilia. You're with the family. No worries. So it's interesting. Now, when were you diagnosed with epilepsy? Was it a birth or
When I was
an?
12,
Oh, and you're 12.
Oh my God! So you've been
yeah,
dealing with it for since.
they put me on, various pharmaceuticals from the time I was 12 years old till I was like 58. I think that's how old I was when
Wow.
So you just recently started finding, some type of relief from it.
correct.
Oh my God. So, because it's fascinating because our son, as you know, has epilepsy, and he was diagnosed when he was 2.5, so he's 8 now. So it's been like a 6-year journey. So we always come up with the thoughts of like, what would his life be if the seizures don't go away? Will the CBD help? And it has been, but these are moments that he has his
Yeah, it
breakthrough.
helps me.
Okay. Now, at times, have you had like breakthrough seizures? Because that's one of the things that we've experienced.
Not for some time now, at least 6 months. I haven't had any seizures since I came back to Washington, and that was in October of last year.
Oh my God! So
Um,
now, how do you take your CBD?
a tincture.
Now, are you using it like twice a day, 3 times?
When I wake up in the morning, I do the tinctures and frankincense under my nose because it's good for your brain.
Mm-hmm.
And I take it again when I go to bed at night.
So twice a day.
Yes.
Nice. May I ask what type of seizures did you have? What kind of seizure type?
I've had grand mal seizures, petit mal seizures, and myoclonic seizures.
Monoclonic. And when you were 12, these the type of seizures you had, the monoclonics and petite mal and grand mal.
Yes.
And how was that growing up, being 12 years old and going through epilepsy?
I don't really know how to explain a lot of what happened to me when I was growing up because when I had the brain trauma in 2015, it literally wiped away my memory, and I had to start like researching about me and about Nana's Secret and what I was doing, and I came so close to not being here anymore. I'm just thankful every day now that I'm here.
Wow.
Now, do they know what brought on the seizures, the epilepsy? Was it something that just happened or something that progressed?
No, we had been using the sodas that I was making for my medicine. I was drinking it every day for my medicine, and when the medical license, the medical part canceled for recreational to take over, I couldn't continue using the medical license, so I had to stop making my sodas. And that's when I ended up in the hospital with seizures for 72 hours. And it
Oh,
took me about 5 years to recover from that. It was a really bad series of seizures.
oh my
3
God.
days of seizures is not.
Okay, so the seizures had came back, somewhat came back, and it disrupted your life for about 5 years while you were in the midst of, starting your business.
Yeah, I was taking pharmaceuticals for 50 years, over 50 years actually. And then when I started doing Nana's Secret, I was finally. I've been off the pharmaceuticals for 6 months.
Congrats. Now, do you make your own tinctures or do you purchase it from companies?
Working on the deal for that right now. I have a CEO. Her name's Marlon. You can talk to her about how that deal is going to get structured.
Okay.
I don't really know.
But, I mean, in a sense, for you, how have you been treating your epilepsy? Have you been using a brand product or basically, you making your own, taking in the plant and making your own tinctures? Is it?
I made my own medicine when I first started making them in secret in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
But I just too busy. I don't have time to make medicine for myself right now.
Got it. So now with the launch of your business, how's that been going? How'd you come up with the name Nana's Secret?
I have 4 grandchildren.
Oh, congrats.
And the first one called me Nana. Mm-hmm. And I just added the secret because of the medicine that I had to take.
Nice.
Nice idea. It had to be a secret. Since then, with your launch of your business, how has your family's support been around your epilepsy as well around your business? Because, it's still somewhat taboo, even though it's been picking up a lot of momentum, CBD and cannabis.
The support for Nana's Secret has been overwhelming because it's been at least 2 years, possibly more. It's like everyone wants the Nana Secret.
Oh, okay.
And are people using Nana Secret for epilepsy or other conditions?
I haven't any products on the market at the moment. We're doing a relaunch, and we'll have products for the tinctures that I take for my seizures. So if other people with seizures, they want to try them, I would recommend them. They work really well for me.
Okay.
There'll be all types of products for children with epilepsy that have CBD, everything. My favorite that I heard about today was the CBD suckers for children with epilepsy.
Got it. When you are putting your product together, do you go in with some ideas of what you want it to come out to, to be like? Are you tinkering with the formulations, or are you just basically drawing out the best parts of the plant and just leaving it at that without any specific formulations?
No, we have formulations.
Okay, so you have somebody, and you're working with a team, I assume.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how's the journey been to do all this? I mean, I know you've had to have some ups and downs, other than what you've told us about your lapse with the seizures.
Yeah, that was quite scary. I feel blessed to be alive every day. Yeah. I tell you, I do.
Now, what challenges have you faced outside of that? I mean, this is not an easy industry, especially with all the changing laws. Like, what challenges did you face when trying to put this business together?
Yeah, a lot of it's been with the politics. As the laws have changed, and they have changed, things are getting better. So
okay. Now, Washington is a lot easier now than it was before to get your license?
The cannabis license, the 502 license, that was a process getting approved for that license. So that's not something that I'm really wanting to go back into doing, because I prefer to just do the CBD and Delta 8 products for the children who need them. They're gonna need the consistent meds every day. They can't. When they change it, then that could change their health. So that's just really dangerous, I believe.
Yeah. With the Delta 8, because it's interesting, because Delta 8 is starting to pick up a lot of momentum, just like CBG did. And so what are the benefits you've seen with Delta 8?
I haven't had any seizures since I've been taking it, and I've just almost finished the 3-ounce bottle that I've been taking for the last couple of weeks.
So you don't require much of it for it to work for you?
I take it in the morning, and I take it again at night, and I think that's like 100 milligrams per dropper, so that would be 200 milligrams per day.
Wow.
Wow.
It's a lot. It's a lot of delta 8.
Yeah.
But it's working for you, and it's been working great for you because you're 6 months seizure free. That must be awesome feeling.
Yes.
Now, I mean, at this point, you pretty much function like every day, like any other person. Are you able to drive? You're able to go places alone?
I can go places alone. I don't drive anymore because I had an accident before I had the brain trauma, and I couldn't remember having the accident.
Oh, wow.
And so I just thought it was a little bit too risky for other people for me to get behind the steering wheel. So if I want to go somewhere, I call a friend or call Uber. I can get to where I need to go.
Now, since you've been seizure-free 6 months, what have your doctors been saying? Because I know that it's a miracle in itself.
I actually talked to her on the phone last week, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just it. She asked me how long had it been since I'd had a seizure.
Okay.
And she was just like making notes. And I asked her to call me in a prescription for an emergency medicine in case I felt like I might have a seizure. So she did. I haven't had to take any of the pharmaceutical that she called in for me.
What's the conversations like with your doctor when she hears that you haven't had a seizure in a while? She's like, so what do you do? Does she get inquired? Does she inquire, like, what are you doing so different? Like, how is it you're not having seizures when you had seizures and all of a sudden you just stopped? And it's not from pharmaceutical medicine that stopped the seizures.
I think it has a lot to do with my diet, because when I moved back to Washington, my daughter found me this lovely bed and breakfast to live at. And the lady who owns it is an excellent cook, by the way. Everything she cooks for me to eat is organic. She does juice for me in the morning every day that's like a metal detox. And when I was growing up, I grew up near Reynolds Aluminum and Union Carbide, both which was, I'm sure, had metal in the air.
That's interesting. Now, you with the combination of CBD and an organic diet, healthy fruits and vegetables, you believe that's been really helping you?
I look a lot better than I did when I moved back here. And I'm certain it's from the way she's feeding me.
That is something that we've been looking at too. We try to tell people, especially on the show, that CBD is not the end all. It's not the cure for everything. And we say a healthy lifestyle helps and enhances you using CBD, and that's something we definitely do with our son. Making sure you stay hydrated, make sure you're eating healthy foods, exercise, oxygen. All those things that your body needs, especially the brain.
Yeah, I'm the worst at exercise. I hate to exercise, but I will force myself to go for a walk with Marlin and her dog Lily occasionally. But I am a lazy person, I have to admit.
But you've been able to push it through and do make those walks, huh?
It's kind of weird. I don't like walking, doing exercise and stuff. But if I'm working in the house, it's like I can go for hours.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, do you live like in a city area, or you're like in a rural area where it's lots of trees and just lots of vegetation, basically, and clean air?
My backyard is beautiful trees.
Awesome. Okay. So great scenery too as well.
podCONX is proud to announce our latest free feature that connects cannabis guests with cannabis podcast. Being a guest on a podcast is a great way to build your brand, and now it's never been simpler to schedule an interview. Here's how easy it is to be a guest on one of our over 300 cannabis or hemp podcasts. Go to podconx.com, select a podcast, and hit apply. We'll take care of sending your request to the podcast, and we'll help book the interview. So what are you waiting for? Go to podconx.com, that's podconx.com, and start applying today.
Now, with the relaunch, as you mentioned about your relaunch, when are you expecting to relaunch your brand?
I just found out about this today myself. I think something was said about Saturday.
Oh, wow. Congrats. Now, what spawned you guys to do a relaunch?
502 license, the 502 business in Washington, all just kind of went away, literally. The people that were growing my plants for me, the True OG, the gentleman who owned those strains put $100,000 into my grow and had these other two men from New York here building it out and hooking up the heating and air and all the necessary things. Then one day they just up and disappeared.
Really?
I have no idea where they went.
They didn't give you any clue, no signs, nothing, no messages?
No. And a week before Derek died, coming back from Mexico on a plane, he sent me a message that he had pulled 2 trays of clones of the True OG plants like I was growing in my warehouse for Nana's Secret Garden. But I don't know who has his garden or any of his True OG plants other than Jason. But I can't seem to reach Jason.
Wow. So they were growing for you and with you and then just disappeared. I mean, did you lose money or did you lose plants over this?
Oh, yeah. My business was shut down because the secretary, or I think she was the secretary, called the Liquor and Cannabis Board and told them that I didn't own Nana's Secret, and she had no business to do that.
Oh, my God.
They shouldn't have taken my license. I was able to grow some really good plants with those gentlemen from New York, even though they probably were not very nice people, but they knew what they were doing, and they grew some awesome medicine for me. So when Derek died, he sent me that message that he pulled the plants for me. I don't know where they are. I don't know how to find them. I don't know where those 2 men went or why they went. So
I'm so sorry. Wow. You know, and it sounds like something we've heard before with other people in this industry where, you know, they think they're partnering with people they can trust and honest, and they just turn around and do something, you know, to take advantage, you know, of them, the business, and the opportunity to work with. I'm sorry you had to go through that, but now you're coming out on the other side, and you have a chance to relaunch Nana Secrets, which is great.
It's been an extremely stressful day.
I can imagine. Now, with your products, is it only through your website, or are you going to be in stores in your state?
No, I think Uncle Ike's is going to carry Nana's Secret products as well. Uncle Ike's is stores in my state.
Oh, great.
He has 5 stores.
Okay. And just basically business that you've worked with before prior to the relaunch that you're just basically going back to them again because they've had it.
Yes, correct.
Oh, awesome. Now, if people wanted to, you know, I just want to say thank you for joining us. Now, if people wanted to reach out to you and, you know, get their hands on some of your products, how would they do so?
So that should be ready on the website already.
Okay.
If it's not already ready to order, it will be very, very soon.
Okay.
Because I know that's what they're working on.
Okay. And that's nanasecret.com?
Yes.
Okay. And if they wanted to reach out to you for an interview or just conversation or find out more information about what you're doing, is there an email address, or they could just go through your website, submit a request?
Cecilia@nanasecret.com.
Cecilia. Okay. Thank you, Cecilia. And we really appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you guys.
We're thinking about our son in the future, and hearing people like yourselves who are overcoming, you know, epilepsy to survive and, you know, still strive. It gives us hope. It really does. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, we appreciate your time. You have a good night.
You too.